Yes. Another day and another video of police cruelty and recklessness. This video somehow more shocking than the others. This is from the Colorado Police Department, who released a body cam footage from September 16th that shows a train ramming into a patrol car that was parked on a train track with a woman inside in handcuffs. Yes. Before I show you the video, here's what happened. Here's what led up to the moment. Authorities said that the Fort Lupton Police Department and the Platteville Police Department Platteville Police Department were responding to a reported road rage incident involving a gun along US 85 in Fort Lupton, Colorado, around 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on September 16th. Though the timestamp on one of the videos says the 17th, the officers stopped a 20-year-old Yareni Rios-Gonzalez and they handcuffed her, put her in the patrol car, and then here's what happened. Obviously, warning, this is pretty insane.
What's going on? No one else is in the truck, sir. Can I please get my cell phone? Ma'am, what's going on? I'll tell you in a second. Take a seat. I'm so confused. Can I get my cell phone? I will get your cell phone for you. Take a seat. Toss it out the window?
She could have, out that window, but... Who is that, Hart?
No, that's, Tom check. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Stay back!
Dispatch 12346. Status medical emergent. The suspect was in the vehicle that was hit by the train.
There you have it. The geniuses in this police department in Colorado leaving their suspect inside on a train track. Actually, an attorney for Rios-Gonzalez says she was desperate to get out of the vehicle as the train approached. She was in the back of the car. She was able to see the train coming. She was frantically trying to escape, as you would do, trying to open the doors, even though she was handcuffed. The doors were locked. She was trying to scream to get the officer's attention, to remove her from that car. This is her attorney. I don't know if they couldn't hear her or if they were too busy searching her car, but she saw it coming and prepared for the worst. As you can imagine, lost consciousness and woke up in the hospital. She's very upset. That's right. Keyword, woke up. This woman survived that accident. The train ramming into the car that she was in the back seat of. She has, let's jump down here. She sustained injuries, 9 broken ribs, broken arm, broken teeth, injuries to her head. As of Saturday, she remained in the hospital, but yes, is expected to survive. She hasn't been charged with anything. And of course, the police officer who was responsible for putting that car on the railroad tracks is what? On paid administrative leave. That's right. Say it with me. Just unconscionable. Unconscionable. Cenk, thoughts?
Yeah. Unfortunately, this story is mainly a symbol for the American justice system. And where we have police without a care in the world putting the rest of us on train tracks and leaving us with their indifference. Like, oh, we've got our punitive system. We don't care about the citizens at all. That's why we're always shooting within 2 seconds flat of showing up somewhere. 12-year-olds die, normal shoppers die. Oh, that was a BB gun you were buying from that store. Well, you were black. And I was told my life is more important than your life. So I just shot you without asking. So that happened in Ohio, the Tamir Rice killing also in Ohio, but all over the country. Uvalde, oh, no. Our lives are way more important than those kids' lives. If we went in, we might get hurt, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll just leave you in harm's way. And oftentimes, they create the harm to begin with. They put you in harm's way, as we saw with George Floyd. So here, it's almost like they set it up. They didn't, right? It's just symbolic. They're like, oh, yeah, we'll put her on a live train track, not an old one left over from, decades ago. Who cares? Okay, look, would the cops have left their family members, their kids, in a car like that where the kids are immobilized and leave it on train tracks? I would hope not. I'm nearly positive that they would not be that indifferent. But they are trained Oh, it's just citizens. You're not here to protect and serve them. Who cares about their lives? Yeah, just wantonly leave them on train tracks. Don't worry, at the end, we'll just give you a paid family. No, I almost said paid family leave. That would, no. We would never get that. That's actually really popular in the country. We'll give you paid administrative leave, which is like a vacation. It's a minor miracle she didn't die. That's unbelievable that she didn't die.
It's insane. I mean, I just, like, I hear you in terms of the way they treat suspects and people they've arrested, but why would you ever leave even just a car? Like, even on some, hey, I'm a smart person that doesn't park on a train track, doopy-doo, like, in what world? Like, this is not that rural of a county. I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong. We're also talking about, you know, we learned Elijah McClain, also killed by police in Colorado, was injected with ketamine. This is, I believe he was 16 years old. So Colorado has a track record of this, but this is just like a bridge too far. To their credit, I guess, she might have been a danger because there was a gun found in the center console of her car. Was it drawn? No. It was there. Did she have a license? Unclear. I'm not sure what would, maybe you do need to put that person in a cop car on a train track. And that's the only way to stop them. I'm just like, this is, I'm sorry, but like, they're not bringing their best. You know what I'm saying, Cenk? It's just like, I look, all due respect to people who are like, the 5 people left who are good cops. Sorry, don't at me. But not the brightest bulbs in the box. You know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know. Yeah, it's cruelty. It's also idiocy.
Yeah. Well, look, I look on that one. I'm not sure I agree with you. It's not. I'm not saying these were the guys who, these particular guys were very bright. Obviously, they did something incredibly stupid, leaving her on the train tracks. But in general, I think that we used to have good cops in the country. We also had terrible cops in the country. Don't get me wrong. But but the cops didn't shoot people at nearly this rate in the past. They didn't, and maybe they abused African Americans at the same rate, or maybe even worse. So that's a separate problem that we had with cops. But with non-minorities, they were generally respectful and weren't told to shoot people right away because our lives mattered in the past. At least their own constituent lives mattered in the past, right? Now, we train them to be completely indifferent to our lives. So I bet you that look, you could tell. I don't have to bet it. Their commanding officer thought it was not that big a deal. Paid administrative leave. I mean, that's the message we send them all the time. The citizens' lives are completely unimportant. If it bothers you to move the car 5 more feet to get her off the train tracks, don't do it. Just endanger their life. Who cares? And Franny, I don't want to get into a conversation about what she did or didn't do. I don't care. Like, if she did something wrong, sure, arrest her, of course, and go through the normal criminal justice process. I'm not saying let her go, right? I'm saying don't put her on train tracks.
Yep. Because
you don't give a damn about anyone that isn't you. And we train all of our cops to have a right-wing mentality now, which is only I matter and no one else on the planet does.
The last thing is, she better have her hospital bills paid for. I'm sorry. All those injuries, the amount of physical therapy, the amount of meds, the amount of everything. Will it happen?
Yeah.
Probably not. But yeah.
Yeah, that's not even close. I mean, it would be unbelievable if they didn't pay for it. But did she put herself on the train tracks? But I mean, there's no end to how much will justify violence, state violence against the rest of us. Whether it's state violence in the form of warfare or occupation or policing, the media tells you nonstop, state violence is awesome. There's nothing wrong with state violence. So God knows what they'll do. Maybe they will be as barbaric as trying to make her pay for her own injuries in this situation. But it's really the training of the cops that we have to change for once and for all. But we won't, because the people in power don't care about us at all.